Very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Today we are going to start our very new chapter, which is photosynthesis in plants. Okay, and for this purpose, we have come here. This is the nursery established by Forest Department of Motihari, and it is established in Piprakoti. I have taken the uh, opportunity to come here. I have taken the permissions also to record the video here. This is a government institution, and as you can see, just behind my back there is a greenhouse. What is a greenhouse, my dear students? It is a house that is weatherproof. It is weatherproof, and inside it there are plants which are grown, uh, which does not grow on this type of climate. So separate climate, which is a specific climate which is suitable for their growth, is given there, and they are grown there. So today we will explore this area and understand. First of all, let's see one point, that what is nutrition. Have you taken your breakfast yet? Yes. You will take your lunch, and then you will also take your dinner and other snacks too. But my dear students, all living things do these type of, all animals, you have seen many animals eating. You have seen your dog eating, you have seen your cat eating, you have seen birds eating. But have you ever seen a plant taking his lunch, sitting on some rock and taking his lunch? No. Then how do plants get nutrition? Plants get nutrition from the nature, from the soil, from the air, from water, which is present in the soil itself, and it rains also. So these things provide, plants also need nutrients for their metabolism. Metabolism means formation of new cells and destruction of old cells. Okay. For this purpose, every living organism needs some nutrition, some energy to make new cells. Okay. And that nutrition we get from our food. Similarly, plants also get nutrition from soil and water and air. Okay. What are those components and how do they help them? These things, and how does plants prepare their food? What are the organs or specific cells or pigments present in plants which makes them enable their own, which enables them to make their own food? These things we will discuss in this chapter today. By definition, if we will say nutrition, nutrition is the process of obtaining and utilizing food. Okay. Obtaining means getting it from somewhere else, just like we go and buy some food from the market. Okay. And utilizing it, we prepare it and we eat it, and then we utilize it to make our new cells. Okay. So let us continue our chapter and explore the area. So my dear students, as you already know, that nutrition is of two types. First one is when we make our own food. Okay. That means we make ourselves, we prepare food for ourselves automatically. Okay. Automatically. We don't have to bother about anything consciously. It simply happens automatically. That type of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. And heterotrophic, the term hetero means other. Okay. Depending on other. So heterotropic means the such type of nutrition in which we depend upon others for our food, for making our food. Okay. So as we know, can we make our own food automatically? Like we go home and automatically our hands started cooking and our food is cooked and served on the table. Is it possible? No. We have to work consciously, put all the ingredients very carefully to make our food. Okay. Actually, that's not that's preparing food. That's not making food. The food is already made. Okay. Rice itself is a food. Okay. Cooking rice is a preparatory process. But if we will talk about the plants, as you can see, this is a water body surrounded by plants. This is also an extension of this nursery only. This is a very huge property. I think it is spread across in many acres. Okay. So as we were discussing plants. Okay. So this piece of plant over here, my dear students, it does not have to worry about that, yeah, what will I cook, how will I cook, what is going to be the menu today. It simply, it does its job automatically. The sun is shining, there is water in the ground, there is carbon dioxide in the air. So he does not need to do anything consciously. It will automatically make the food because it's green, it has chlorophyll, it's all the necessary equipment requirements are there, it's being fulfilled, so the food will be prepared automatically. So this type of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. Okay, and the nutrition which we do, which we depend upon, is called heterotrophic nutrition, in which we depend upon others for our food. I hope this concept is clear again, and let's move to some other location to understand more about the process photosynthesis. So my dear students, talking about photosynthesis, as we all know that all green plants have the ability to do photosynthesis. Just for an example, I'll show you two leaves. Okay, first one is green in color, absolutely beautiful leaf, and second one is even more beautiful, but it's not green in color. As you can see, it does not have green color at all. Okay, so what is the difference between these two plants? The difference is that either this plant is in some life stage where the chlorophyll is gone, or it will not be able to produce food at all. If in all the life stages the color is like this, it will not be able to produce food at all. But the green plants, this is the main thing. Okay, the green plants have a very interesting thing which makes them able to do photosynthesis, and that thing, my dear students, are called chloroplasts. Okay, now if we will look closely into this leaf, we will find this type of a structure. Okay, and this structure, my dear students, as you can see, it has two layers. Okay, the outer layer, the main layer, the bigger one, this one is called a chloroplast. Okay, and it have chlorophyll inside it. Where are those chlorophyll exactly? We will see. If we will cut open it, we can see, as we can already see in this picture, that it have two types of material inside it. First one is a ground material, or a plasma, or a liquid type of thing which supports the whole structure, and that is called stroma. And then there are small circular these discs like things. Okay, and that is called gramma. Gramma have a wall, and those walls contain small pigments of chlorophyll. Okay, so this is present in all the cells of all the green plants you can see in the world. Okay, and this is the only thing, chlorophyll, which can do photosynthesis, which can trap the solar energy and convert it into the energy which we can use. Okay, so this is where all the food present on this planet comes, and this is it. Today we understood that nutrition is of two types, autotrophic and heterotrophic. For autotrophic nutrition, organisms need chlorophyll, and heterotrophic organisms just need to digest whatever is cooked by autotrophs or other heterotrophs. Okay, this is it for today's class, and in our next class we will explore the process of photosynthesis further. Thank you.